I watch a lot of debates, and I listen to a lot of debates too on audio when I'm driving around in my car. I've noticed recently something that I find really irritating. That is, whenever I'm listening to a debate, whether it's a Christian versus a Muslim, a Christian versus a Jew, or a Christian versus an atheist, and I don't know if this is just deliberate or what, but I'm assuming it is because I'm seeing it quite often, is in the debate, I'll listen, a debate is basically between two people. And the reason for a debate is so that each side accurately presents their position in a fair manner, equally, with equal time allotted to each individual. Well, I'll give an example. When I was listening to a debate with Tovia Singer versus, I believe it was Dr. Craig Evans, and they were talking about whether Jesus was God or not. And as I'm listening to the debate, I'm realizing that Tovia Singer was talking a lot. In fact, he talked probably about an hour straight, and then at the end you had Craig Evans talking a little bit for about 15-20 minutes. So really throughout the whole debate, it was 80% Tovia Singer talking and 20% of Dr. Evans. So obviously it was heavily edited. I see this a lot with Muslim debates too, whether it be with Shabir Ali versus whoever Theist or Christian is debating. And I don't think it's nothing to do with the actual debater. I don't think it's anything to do with them. I think it's the people who are downloading these videos. They're heavily editing out important things that are being told or expressed by one particular side, and usually it's the Christian side. It's the Christian side that's being heavily edited. I've seen this as well. If you listen to, for instance, there's a debate with the late Christopher Hitchens versus Alistair McGrath. Alistair McGrath is a very brilliant guy. Yet in the debate, all I heard was Christopher Hitchens talking the whole time. I said, you hear a couple little excerpts with Alistair McGrath, but other than that, it was all Christopher Hitchens. Now, I know Christopher Hitchens talks a lot anyway, but as a moderator, usually the moderator says, okay, here's your time, then this is your time. There's a lot of time for each individual. And in these debates, you think, oh, well, both got equal time, because usually their first presentation of their first 20 minutes or whatever is given, and you hear both sides for the first 20 minutes. It's only when you get into the rebuttal stages or the second rebuttal stages, all you hear is one side, and it's always the person who's opposed to the Christian who's basically getting the better end of the stick there, so to speak. So regardless if you're Christian or atheist or Muslim or anything, you have to see these things. You have to pay attention to these things, because this doesn't become a debate then. This becomes a sermon on one side, basically. It's the position is overweighted with one particular individual in the debate. So it really isn't a debate. And you lose, really, the whole idea of this debate is to learn both sides and understand both sides' issues. That's what a debate is supposed to be about, right? To understanding things and to talk about these and debate these issues, whatever issue it might be. And so as a listener, you want to educate yourself on both sides. But nobody's educating anybody when all you're doing is having one particular side speaking the whole time as the whole video is being edited. I think it's really sad to see. So just keep that in mind whenever you're watching a debate. Pay attention. Make sure that each side is getting the same equal time to present their issues. in a sense, or there's no sense in even listening to it because you're losing some of the best arguments that one particular person might present. And it's sad to see that this is happening in the so-called intellectual world, usually in the university stage settings. And I know that this isn't the way that either one of the debaters on either side of the issue would want. They would want to see a fair shake on both sides, both being given a fair opportunity to present themselves. But it's certain particular people out there who either want to hide whatever is being said, deny whatever is being said, or just plain want to prop somebody up higher than another person just because they like their particular views. But really what they're doing is they're not helping anybody, and they're not educating anybody in that sense. So keep that in mind whenever you're listening to debates, especially on YouTube.